Well, when did you find out that you were going to be the starter this weekend?
I found out yesterday, and Coach Hammond just texted me and let me know.
It was a text message. So were you home? Like, where were you?
Oh yeah, it was in the morning. I hadn't came here yet, but they had already talked to me about the idea of everything, and just that they will, they just kind of will let me know for sure. But at that, I kind of already had an idea.
What was the first thing you did? Call your parents? Who was the first person you told after they told you?
I was on the phone with my brother. My brother, shout out to him. He just passed his test in med school, so he's
Cool.
He's graduating med school at the end of the month, and he's gonna be able to come home from that, which will be awesome. But I was actually on the phone with him, so he's the first person I told, and then I called my parents for sure.
Lexington kid starting, playing football at UK. First game at home against Louisville at Kroger Field. How are you feeling mentally, physically heading into this one?
I'm super excited. Physically, I'm feeling great. Mentally, I'm the best I've been at all year in terms of the game plan, football, everything. But yeah, just growing up as a kid, being a huge UK fan, it means a lot to me to be able to start in the Governor's Cup for sure.
How do you all manage the emotions? Because we've seen at times the rivalry gets tense and all that stuff plays into it. How do you handle all that?
Yeah, I just think at the quarterback position, you got to be able to keep everybody mellow and just keep everybody in the same headspace at all times. I think that just comes into this game. That's a little bit. There's a little bit more of that just because there's a rivalry and it's intense. So, but I think the guys know that. That's something we've been keying on all week. Is just playing our game, keeping our head on straight, and just doing our thing.
What did you learn down in Texas about maybe your game?
Just to be confident in everything I do, be confident in my throws, be confident in every decision I make, and no matter who you go out there against, it's all about the preparation, the game plan you put together, and how you execute it when you go out there.
How do you feel about your receiver room moving for the future, too?
I think we have a great receiver room with the young guys, old guys. Every guy in that room's really good. I'm really excited about what the future of that room holds for sure.
Cutter, it's going to be one of the colder games the coldest you all play, around 32 degrees. What's the familiarity you have playing in cold weather, and what are the challenges it brings for your quarterback when you have to play in temperatures like that?
Yeah, I think just growing up in Kentucky, I've had very similar weather to this playing high school ball, but it's just the same mindset. I mean, you just got to dress a little bit warmer, but besides that, it's the same mindset going into everything. I don't think it'll affect the weather. Will really affect anything that we're doing too much.
Obviously, you're just a pup in this game. You got some guys who've been here for 6 years, senior day. What have they maybe been talking to you about? And how are you feeling knowing that these guys won't be playing with you anymore?
It is a weird feeling when you put it like that, but I'm really excited to go out and play for these guys. Get them a win, and for the guys that this is their last game. I know it means a lot to them. They've expressed that in the locker room throughout the week. So this game means a lot to me because it means a lot to them, and how hard they've worked all season. These guys deserve if this is their last game, they deserve for everybody else to go out there and put their best foot forward and give it their all in this game for sure.
Did you go to any of these games growing up? Do you
Oh,
have
yeah.
a favorite memory of the rivalry?
Favorite memory is tough, but something that pops right in my head when you just the rivalry between Louisville and Kentucky is I always remember the hurdle from Will Levis against Louisville when we were playing. That was at Louisville when he got that hurdle, but I always remember that game because that was kind of that was a really exciting game, but for sure.
When we ask your teammates about you, they seem to get really excited and they really support you and are behind you. Do you feel that from them, and how much confidence does that give you?
Yeah, 100%. I feel that from all the guys, and that gives me a ton of confidence knowing that everybody else in the locker room really believes in me and what I can do. Like I said, I'm just going to exhaust my preparation like I did last week, go out there and put my best foot forward for all these guys for sure.
Couple more.
I think you were probably only 11 or 12 the last time Kentucky lost in this series. Just what has it meant watching the domination that they've had recently, and how important is it?
It's became almost a standard, just growing up, it's a big game to the people in the state. It's a big game to everybody in this community and everybody around the state. So it means a lot to me, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Lamar Jackson had his coming out party in this game. Are you hopeful that maybe you could have a cool moment like that?
I'm going to go out there and play my game, and whatever happens, happens. But I'm going to go out there and give my best, that's for sure.
kind of big picture, but just how does it feel to be a part of Kentucky football history? You know, first start, Kentucky kid, all those things coming together in this game.
Yeah, I'm super excited, but I'm just preparing like every other week, keeping my head, really staying in the game plan, staying with, listening to Coach Hamden, and just exhaust my preparation throughout the week. But I just gotta treat this like another game. Like I said, the emotions are gonna be high in this game, so I can't get up too high, too low. Just gotta stay focused and execute the job.
Okay, folks, thank you very much.
See the not making it to a bowl game, but you still got some recognition for yourself today. Kind of talk about the work you've been doing and how nice it was to be recognized for that.
Man, you know, it's an honor. You know, I always had the love for giving back. You know, my childhood was rough, so I didn't have nobody to give back. So I was in the kids' shoes, you know. Plus, I'm from Louisville, so I know the kids in Louisville suffering. So I was a voice. I'm a voice to give back. So I always just want to be somebody that feel wanted.
And Coach White was saying that it means more to see guys on the defense, guys on the team do things off the field than on the field. What does that mean to you when you hear that from your head coach or your position coach?
Man, me and Coach White got a whole different type of bond. Like, that's a second father to me. That's like a father for sure. So, you know, me and him, we always had a conversation, just be a difference maker. You know, he always told me that. So that was one of my goals, to be positive off the field. So football ain't forever, so that's one of my goals for sure.
Being a Louisville guy, what does this weekend mean to you?
You know, this is always one of my best games. You know, it's exciting. You know, you got a whole city coming, so it's exciting. I love it.
Jay, you talk about that bond with Coach White. Just how important is he to this program?
Very important. This is my year 6, because White been here since year 6. So with him, the defense would be how the defense is, you know, hands down. You know, he's an amazing defensive coordinator, but better father. So I'll give him that for sure.
JJ, you've had some big moments in this Louisville series throughout the years. How much does the game mean to you? Why do you think you keep on making these big plays in these games?
Man, I don't know. It's just like Louisville is just something in Louisville. You know, just having everybody come to support and just the home feeling, the home love is a different type of feeling.
Yeah.
You can't upset them, so that's how I be feeling. I can't upset the feeling.
Does it feel a little extra special since it is like your final game, Louisville, here at Kroger Field?
Man, I gotta make it special for sure. I gotta make it special, so that's how it is.
We got a lot of out-of-state guys on the team coming from some talented places. What have you maybe been telling them this week about this rivalry and what it means to people who live in Kentucky?
Man, I told them it means the world to me. You know, it's just like we lose, knock on wood, we lose. We gotta hear about that for the next 36 days, another 360 days. I mean, so we gotta wait. We gotta sit on that for a whole year. So I told them, like, man, we don't want to have that bad taste out of our mouth the whole year. So we gotta beat them boys. You feel me? Really, really. If we win this, we won it. We undefeated. That's how I describe it to them. We win this game, we still undefeated. So.
Do you have some Louisville fans in the family? What's Thanksgiving maybe like?
Man, it's rough. I'm going back home Thursday anyways, but competition. You know, there's always competition for sure.
So I assume the last couple Thanksgivings, they haven't been happy with you.
Man, the last 6 years they haven't been happy with me.
You've been through a lot in this program. What does this program have to do to make sure it's not going to bowl games? It's just a blip and not sign the companies the program have to get back to where you guys have been for so long?
Just having that dedication, like Kentucky, like with me, it's more than football with me. You know, like you said, I had so much adversity since I came here, so it's just like a familyhood. So once we get back to that familyhood feeling, man, we'll be unstoppable again. So once we get back to that brotherhood, that familyhood, that make sure nobody mess with you on and off the field, we need that again.
Is it harder to do that with so many transfers and guys coming in and out all the time like it is now?
Not really. Yeah, it is, because like Pop, for example, you know, he's a great leader, but he's still learning the system. You feel me? So stuff like that, yeah, it's hard for sure.
obviously senior day as well on Saturday. What are you going to miss most about playing football at UK, and what does this kind of senior group mean to Coach Dukes in this program?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I had like 2 senior days. But man, for the seniors that won't be able to walk in, it's a blessing. You know, you graduated. Man, you can't take that from us. You know, you can take football away from it, but you can't take our degree from it. So it's a blessing. And for the seniors and for walking, just keep your chin high. You know, next step gonna come for sure.
All right, folks. Thank you very much.
We've seen the guys approach this week. Obviously, still pride at stake, even though a bowl game's not on the table anymore.
Yeah, I think they're locked in. I think they understand that this is their last week together. You know, this group, the way it's constructed right now, roster-wise, and so they're trying to really enjoy it. They're trying to enjoy each other. They're trying to, the older guys, the seniors, they're trying to take in this. This is their last week of practice, in college. Some of them will have an opportunity at the next level. Some, we'll see how that goes. But so I think they've been dialed in, and there's been good energy at practice, and they understand what this game means. They understand that the rivalry itself.
Coach, obviously with Cutter making his first start on offense, from a defense perspective, how are the guys kind of handling that, maybe knowing that, hey, this guy's pretty young, first start might have some jitters, we really got to maybe lead the way?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think their approach has sort of been any different in that regard. I think everybody's, aware of that we got to play complementary football, and every week that may look a little bit different how that plays out. So, but no, I think that the guys are prepping and preparing the way they do every week. The focus is on stopping a really good Louisville offense that's playing really at a high level, really efficient. So we've got our work cut out for us.
Barry, they got 2 freshman running backs, both averaging over 7 yards per rush. Just what do you see from that run game? What makes that ground attack so dynamic?
Yeah, the running backs have done a really nice job, but I think it starts up front for them. I think the O-line has done a really nice job. They do a really good job in their zone schemes, and then they mix in a little bit of gap scheme and some pin pull. They do a great job of seeing different fronts, recognizing, getting it passed off, climbing to the next level. The backs have done a great job vision-wise. I know they're well coached over there. Chris Barclay was a teammate of mine at Wake Forest, and so now they're playing again at a really high level, and then it feeds into the quarterback. The quarterback's playing super efficient, confident. Been really, really impressed.
This defense has so many veterans on it that are going to be moving on after the year. Are there young guys that you feel have stepped up to be that nucleus moving forward now that you've got to kind of build around, I guess?
Yeah, I think there's young guys, and I think there's that sort of that next level, that junior class of veterans. The Alex Safaris, the Keyshawn Silvers, the Jordan Lovitz. You have those at different levels of the defense. The J.Q. Harways. I don't want to miss anybody because it's a solid class. And one that you can lean into. And I think, in this evolving world, having a nucleus, having, guys that have been around the program for multiple years that sort of understand, how we do things, will be huge as you bring in new pieces, because that's sort of the world you're in right now.
Does the team do anything for Thanksgiving, like all together?
Yeah, so we'll on Thanksgiving we'll have sort of a Thanksgiving lunchtime meal. It'll be you got to be mindful, especially the coach, because you sit down and you break bread with the players and have that moment with them. We'll go, each position will have a meal tomorrow night, the night before Thanksgiving, because a lot of local guys will want to go home for Thanksgiving, and then families will come in for the game and things. So, but we'll have that lunch moment, but you can't fill up too much, because then you go home and you have to basically have a second dinner, and then it's good luck trying to wake up on Friday.
You have several players on your side of the ball that have done turkey drives, Dion, Ox, I think there's a few more. You just talk about the heart that the guys have for their community.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that make you the most proud as a coach. You know, again, we understand this game's about wins and losses, but ultimately to watch our guys use their platform to make positive changes in others' lives, that's what it's all about. You know, ultimately, you know, people are going to forget, you know, records and this, but you know, families and kids won't forget, you know, turkey drives or clothes drives, or you know, JJ Weaver and what he's been able to do in terms of grief and grief counseling, and all of those community service opportunities. It makes Kentucky better, you know, and it's what binds this program with this state. And our guys have done an unbelievable job year in and year out, trying to give back that so much that BBN's given to us.
Everybody good?
Thank you.
How are you feeling mentally, physically heading into your final game for UK?
Yeah, I'm excited. This is obviously a big game for us. You know, it's a game we get to go and compete for a trophy and an in-state rival, so it's always very important for us. This is a very important game, and we're ready to attack this week and get a win on Saturday.
Coach Hamden said that you kind of gave a speech to the team letting them know what this rivalry means for people here in the state. Kind of walk us through maybe the spark notes of what you were talking about.
Yeah, just, you know, someone who's grown up here and, you know, understands the importance of this game, what it means to this program. I think you have an extra sense of pride anytime you play a game for a trophy, whether that be a bowl game or the Governor's Cup. And I just told the guys that there's nothing left to save it for. You know, this is the last Tuesday practice. This is the last Wednesday practice. There's no reason to leave anything in the tank. So just leave it all out on the field for Saturday, and there'll be no feeling like the one walking off that field with the trophy on Saturday.
Eli, as a guy who's been through so much here, as you look back, what does this program have to do to make sure that it's not going to balls that blip, not something that lingers moving forward?
Yeah, you know, I think there's a lot that goes into that. I think it goes to adapting to the new age of college football. The world has changed drastically since I entered college, and the way you go about building a culture and a program has changed drastically. You know, it was out of the norm for guys to transfer in or transfer out when I first started college. You know, like when I was here and I was learning what college football is all about as a true freshman, Coach Schlarman and those guys like Drake, Luke Fortner, Mason Wolf, Landon Young, Kenneth Horsey, Darian Kennard, Quentin Wilson, Austin Dotson. Like, I could go on and on down the list of guys who were in this, and that's just the one position, you know, that were in this program for 4, 5, 6 years, that were all here, that were roommates, they were teammates, they were classmates for years and years and years, and they came from similar backgrounds, and just the culture that those guys instilled and built, especially, that's just in our room, and I think it goes for the whole program as a whole. You were able to recruit guys that matched that culture, and you weren't caught in playing this portal catch-up game that we're stuck in nowadays. And I think we just, like Coach Dukes has said in conferences with you guys before, he's going to adapt, and you can't go about building programs the way we have before, because clearly it's not been working. I think there's been a drop-off and a dip in the product on the field, starting really kind of the last 2-3 years, starting in 2022. And that's just something we'll have to learn to adapt to in the world of college football. How can we go about bringing in talented guys, but also guys that are bought into the culture of Kentucky, being a blue-collar program, being a nasty blue-collar operation that Coach Dukes has built the success of this program on. So just finding a way to get back to that while also bringing in talented guys as well. So it's a multifaceted issue. It's not an overnight fix, but I think this program's in great hands and has been for 12 years. So I'm excited to see what it can do once I move on.
You mentioned being a local guy, knowing what this rivalry means. Cutter Boley, another local guy. Do you say anything to him ahead of his first start, or any conversations, or?
Yeah, not much. I mean, you don't want to, I'm sure Coach, you don't want to overcoach that guy. He's just trying to be a calming, confident sense for him out there. he's someone who throws the ball with supreme confidence. I think you saw that at times on Saturday, and just trying to be a calming presence for him in the huddle, saying, hey, we got you back. We're here for any calls, and just go out there and be you. Don't try to be anybody else. Just be you. Make the plays that are there, and just have fun.
What's been maybe the biggest difference you've seen in his game, maybe on or off the field, starting from when you first met him in spring practice all the way to now?
Yeah, I just think his confidence in the operation. I think people overlook a lot how much is on a quarterback's plate. I mean, we talked about making an offense simpler and everything, but there is so much that's going on in his world. I mean, he's got an earpiece with Coach Hamden giving him instructions, and then it shuts off. So he's got to remember formations, route concepts, which way is the back got to be on this play? Am I under? Am I in pistol? Like, do I have any motions I need to send? And then snap the ball, find his read, make the right read, and make the throw. So there's no one has more on their plate than the quarterbacks do in the world of football. And I think just getting those reps and that experience has been great for him. I think he's made big strides in just understanding that operation, how to talk to guys in the huddle, the flow of the play call, the flow of the cadence, and just having that confident attitude and moxie when he's in the huddle and on the field. I think he's grown tremendously in that aspect. He's always had the arm talent, but all the rest that comes with it, he's done a really good job developing.
Everyone good? All right. Thank you all.